Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial
Cal
News
PRE
and Talk.
01-869-452 and
Your host,
1-866-7.
local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message. I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Remember, we only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. But before we get into our intriguing content today, please join me in welcoming our featured guest and repeat offender. Chris Bissonnette is in the house. Welcome.
Hellos.
Glad to have you with us. Let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you, and you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
Well, I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money. I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. We are celebrating today. We celebrate every day on Ron Siegel Radio, as long as I can remember what the day of the week it is. But I'm looking at it today. This one, Lisa, this one is for you. It's National, oh no, I thought it said Scrabble. It's Scribble Day. I don't know about that one.
What is that?
I got a
Scribbling, just scribbling and doodling. You probably have some of those on your refrigerator at home, right? Some Plenty of those? Okay. I don't know what this one is. National Joe Day. Spanish Paella Day. That's where we are. We gotta love that one. Little Red Wagon Day. Okay. Manatee Appreciation Day. I don't even know what the heck that is. Let's just stick with Spanish Paella. I could go with that one. I really enjoy paella, especially when certain people who are watching right now are making it. Just throwing that out there, a subtle piece of information. But then again, some probably already know that idea. Let's look at what the markets are doing today. We do that all the time, so let's check that one out for you. Generally, the markets, you got to really watch them. I mean, I sometimes will leave for the studio. The market's up. I come into the studio, and as we are seeing right now, the market is down 169 points. Now, I will submit to you my guess. I'm just going to throw this out there as a guess because I don't have the entire Dow Jones on my screen right now. My guess is, well, we're probably going to have a lot to do with Boeing and what Boeing's stock is doing. They've been a big drag on the Dow Jones Industrial Average lately, so it could be Boeing there. Oil down 88 cents a barrel. The numbers came out this morning. There was a lot more oil in storage than what had been expected, so watching that one for you as well. Do you think it's going to have anything to do with our gas prices, or do you think that our gas prices will continue on their upward trajectory? I would just throw that out there. Gas, it's a state of, well, we're in the state of confusion, so that's why we look at it. I'm going to go to Arizona Friday. I'm going to pick up some gas over there in Arizona. I bet it'll be half the price, well, maybe not half the price, but I'd say 30% in Arizona versus what I pay here in Taxifornia. We're going to continue watching that one for you as well. And the markets, the bond market, well, if you haven't done it yet, revert time right now, easy for me to say. Take a look at either the debt consolidation. How about getting rid of your mortgage insurance, getting rid of that higher price loan, or resetting your adjustable rate mortgage? Yes, you can reset an adjustable rate mortgage. We have a lot of folks that do that. What is resetting an adjustable rate mortgage? Say you took out a 7-year adjustable, fixed for 7 years, then it goes to a fully adjustable annual. Well, think about this. If you took that out a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe you want to look at that right now and say, you know something? I'm going to lock it in for another 7 years right now. And if you want to make a higher payment so you bring the balance down. Now, I am not a big fan of doing that just because I understand where that goes to. It's dead equity. I want to see your money working for you. We're going to talk about that when we chat about financial literacy. We got a lot of people. Now, here's the issue. I'm going to throw this out there. I will give you this. If you want information on buying, on making money, I can prove to you that equity in your real estate is not a good investment. From an emotional standpoint, I will share this with you once again. I've shared it before. I can't compete with emotions, right? Your emotions are yours. Nobody can tell you what you feel, right? So when we look at these things, when I talk to you about saying, you know, something equity, real estate equity is not a good investment, well, there's no question about that part. But if you want to say, well, I feel better having my house paid off, well, I can't control how you feel. I can help you make more money. I can help you save more money. I can help you invest the right way, put you in touch with the right people. I'm not an investment advisor. Chris takes care of that, right? But the issue is you got to just understand what are your goals and objectives. So just another issue right there. But I was looking at gas prices for you before I got onto that rabbit trail. $2.67 a gallon, that's the national price. Taxifornia, we are at $3.43. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. $3.54, my dyslexia chopped in. Look at this, $3.54.3. We are 12 cents a gallon. Greater than 12 cents a gallon greater than they are in Hawaii.
Oh, I thought Hawaii was the highest.
No, Taxifornia is the highest.
Wow.
Hawaii is 12 cents a gallon cheaper than Taxifornia.
That's surprising.
Isn't that amazing? And we all know how much gas they're producing in Hawaii, right? And they're refining it in Hawaii also, right? I mean, have you noticed how, Chris, you probably noticed how much
I see the refineries there.
Yeah.
Kahanapoly.
Now think about this. If you just go 2 states to the east, you can actually get gas on an average price. Utah, $235.3. $269.7 in Arizona. I'm going over there to gas up this weekend. I just can't take this anymore. I'm going to go gas up in Arizona just for the heck of it. Yeah, maybe I have a trip planned there anyway, so I'll probably gas up when I get to town. I'll probably gas up as the last thing out of the state. Just throwing that out there.
Yuma?
No, I'm not going to Yuma, but that's you're bad, man. Jay, I'm glad I gave you a good idea, or even a great idea. Good job, man. I'm always glad to help. You know me, buddy. I am there for you.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. President. I'm glad that you piped in. Jay, don't make any comments on that one. I know your feelings there. Let's check out what's going on in Ron's daily briefing. Big news of the day. They just never stop, do they? Can you believe? I just can't imagine what. Got to take it off. Thanks, Jay. Jesse Smollett. You got to love this one. So have you heard the latest? I mean, the guy was dead to rights, and now he's going out telling, sometimes people, I've shared this before. My dad's told me all as I was growing up. He said, sometimes if you say nothing, people think you're a fool. You open your mouth and you remove all doubt. I think that's attributed to Abraham Lincoln way back when. But Smollett, he comes out and says there's no way that he could have been the one doing any of these things. But, oh, by the way, I'll forfeit my $10,000 bond, and I'll do that community service. And the guy goes out there and keeps on talking. Yeah, didn't have anything to do with the little phone call from Michelle Obama's chief of staff to the attorney general. That probably didn't have anything to do with it. We're in Chicago, and there's no corruption ever in Chicago. We know that for sure as well. I mean, that's one of the safest cities in America. Can you imagine you can even get away with bleaching somebody, putting a noose around their neck, supposedly? And only in Chicago can you get that. And it's totally expunged from his record, so now he doesn't even have to put on a job application. Would you even want anybody in your family to watch anything that this character is involved with? Unreal. I'm not a big one for the idea of getting the feds going involved in some of these things, but this one here, Yeah, it's a shame that Double Jeopardy is out on this one. Unbelievable. Moving right along in Ron's daily briefing, how about the Department of Justice setting a timetable to release the Mueller report? I love listening to ignorant liberals. Now, think about this one. A lot of these lawmakers, especially in the Democrat Party House of Representatives, released the entire report unredacted. Now, are they aware that that's against the law? You know, I just don't get it. You can't release a report unredacted because there are clearance items in there. Anything to do with a grand jury, that is confidential. You can't release that. Don't you understand these things? Maybe, I think the president is coming back again.
You're fired.
Absolutely. Get rid of him. I mean, and then you've got the chairman of the Lack of Intelligence Committee. That would be Adam Schiff. I mean, he's still got his, and the other one, oh God, this one I saw him last night. Congressman Swalwell. Now, he called the President of the United States an agent of Russia with nothing to substantiate it, and his constituents re-elect him? I wonder what they're going to do in 2020. I just want to throw that out there. Moving right along in the daily briefing. How about the green no deal? That is it now. 42 Democrats, even the Democrats that authored the measure, they would not vote for it. They just voted present. It's kind of like what the Democrats have been doing for the last 2 years. They vote present, do nothing, and obstruct. Just throwing that out there, but hey, they did it again. We can keep watching that one as well. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, is literacy gone in America? I'm going to question that one. We're going to talk about it. I'm not sure there is any such thing as financial literacy. I guess even in regular, any type of literacy might be a dying breed, but financial literacy, is it gone? We're going to talk about it. Data says April is the best month. Easy for me. Got tongue twisted here. Eventually we're going to get Chris on here, and that way I don't have to talk anymore. But here's the idea. April is the best month to list your home. We'll talk about that one as well. And 8 of the best banking apps. We're going to chat about banking apps also. We're going to talk about that as well. That and more when we come back. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter, @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you. But the replay is available. Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Our house in the middle of our street. Our house in the middle of our...
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Did you know that banks and credit bureaus are rewarded financially if you have bad credit? And the worse your credit score is, the more money they can make off of you? How does that make you feel, knowing that banks are getting rich off of your hard-earned money? How does it make you feel, knowing that if a bank or a credit bureau makes a mistake on your credit report, they benefit from it and it hurts you? The Fair Credit Report Act of 1971 requires banks and credit bureaus to report only accurate information, and nearly 100% of all credit reports are inaccurate. If you're sick and tired of being broke and tired of being robbed by the banks, you owe it to yourself and to your family to call Rondi. Rondi is a FICO-certified credit professional and has helped thousands of people just like you get out of debt and establish great credit. Rondi's number is 855-608-1990. Again, that's 855-608-1990. Or visit creditsanitizer.com. Again, that website is creditsanitizer.com.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694452.
Are you a veteran, police officer, firefighter, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, you qualify as one of Ron Siegel's VIP heroes, and we have rewards up to $5,000 or $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with one of the Ron Siegel radio partners. As one of the heroes, real estate agents will rebate part of their commission, lending partners will give a credit at closing, the title company has special published rates, and many other service providers have incentives too. All you need to do is call Ron Siegel Radio at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. Just think about what you will do with all the rebates and incentives from the partners of Ron Siegel Radio. Just call us at 800-306-1990 so we can show you our appreciation for your service.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message. I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends over at Gold Star Mortgage. When you're ready for that next mortgage, Gold Star has the programs. They've got the products for you. You just need to give me a call at 800-306-1990. I'll put you in touch with the right individuals over there who can help you out. They can take care of getting you maybe $10,000 to $50,000 on the purchase of your new home, maybe a savings there. So we're looking at the markets. Dow Jones Industrial Average down 147 points. NASDAQ down about 78 points as we speak. S&P 500 down 22.6 for the 10-year treasuries. That's it. Holy cow. I hadn't looked at the 10-year treasury in a couple of hours today. 10-year treasury at 2.38. Can you imagine that? Yeah, that's a painful number, 2.38. The Fannie Mae mortgage-backed security up 11 basis points. That means it's good for interest rates. We are watching all of these for you. Now, here's the issue. Why are these things happening? What is driving this? Because anybody can tell you what is happening. Not a whole lot of folks are out there telling you why it is happening, but that's why you tune in to Ron Siegel Radio in the mornings. We give you that information. We look at it. Think about this one. I just shared with you. U.S. 10-year Treasury, as I'm speaking to you right now, is yielding 2.374. 2.374. Okay, so put in your money for 10 years, you're going to get 2.37 back. Now, if you were to decide to do that same thing, and let's say maybe you are in Germany, that's a pretty sound environment, a pretty sound economy. They're not going to be filing bankruptcy. They're not Greece or Venezuela or something like that. Invest your money in their 10-year bond. You don't get all of your money back. It's a negative 0.8. Negative 0.8. Japan, right? For years, they've been negative 0.067. UK, you get 1% return. Spain, you get 1% return. Think about all these areas, right? You're getting next to Italy, you're getting 2.44. Now, I wouldn't want to think about this. Why would you put your money in Italy at 10-year Treasury in Italy and get 2.44 when you can put your money in the United States and get 0.7% less? Right? So the idea here is you put your money in and you put it into a safe environment. Now, if Germany is giving you a negative return, Japan's giving you a negative do you need a rocket scientist? Do you need a financial advisor to tell you put your money in the U.S.? Right? You don't need rocket science. Now, I have 1, 2, 3 computers on my desk. I got a phone here. All of them are capable of making trades, right? I don't have to go to any fanciness in order to trade securities, right? So if I want to put my money into the U.S. Treasuries, that's fine. If I'm in Germany, I can say, something, I'm just going to invest my money in U.S. Treasuries, right? Not that difficult to do. So why would you put your money anywhere else, right? So that's the issue that's going on. We look at all of these different items. That's what's keeping our yields down, is because they're negative, right? So we got a quiet news day today, but we did get some mortgage application information from the Mortgage Bankers Association. Their report comes out every Wednesday. We get the Freddie Mac reports on Thursday. But MBA came out, reported overall mortgage application volume was up 8.9% last week. Applications to purchase a home were up 6% and are now up 4% from this time last year. Refinances were up 12% and are up 8.5% from this time last year. That's right, they're higher than they were this time last year. Refinance's share of mortgage activity increased to 40.4% from 39.2%. Think about all of these different issues. Now, I shared with you before, we're going to talk in a minute about financial literacy with Chris Bissonnette, but think about this. He deals predominantly, now he's holistic, so he looks at everything, right? But, I'm only a half a guy. Half-hearted, right? I look at the debt side. There's a million guys out there that want to talk about your assets. I want to talk about your liabilities, right? What if you were to take and lower your household debt service, right? Consolidate all of your credit cards, your car payments, student loans, put those all into one loan if you've got some equity in your property, and I know you do. Right? Now you lower the payment on all of it, but don't take and blow all the extra savings. Put it towards that principal balance so you're not making a 3-year car payment look like 30 years. Right? Those are the issues. That's looking at the debt side. If you want me to do a complete analysis for you, just give me a call at 800-306-1990. But let's chat this morning. Chris Bissonnette is here. I love having Chris in because we never know what we're going to be going over with him. He brings us some great information. Sometimes we're talking, especially Chris, you haven't been in since the student loan scandal.
Oh, yeah.
The student admission, the college admission.
That's fun.
Right?
I actually had a client, someone say, "Oh, yeah, are you affiliated with?" I said, "Well, that was my business partner." Yeah, it definitely did draw a lot of attention to really how people value an education, because they're willing to spend
15 years in jail,
$500,000 to get their kid, into SC, for example. It's very interesting. Yeah,
it's been crazy what's going on with that, but I don't know.
I'm the king of debt. I'm great with debt. Nobody knows debt better than me.
Sorry about that. I think he was supposed to be coming in last segment, a little bit ago.
Yeah, they also, I saw yesterday, actually, they have the people that donated to this, a guy's name was Rick Singer in Newport, the people who donated to his charity, now they're saying that they're going to look at those and then make it taxable. And so this whole thing...
That's called tax fraud, right?
Yeah, this whole thing's going to unravel.
It's going to unravel. So Chris helps people legitimately work on their finances for college admissions, so if you need that help. But today we're talking financial literacy, Chris. What's
kind of amazing? What is it? Yeah, what is that? And sometimes you hear that. It's kind of the new thing right now, and if you can see me on the screen here, it's on the cover of the most recent investment news, so I think it's very timely. Financial literacy, or as I would say, financial illiteracy, today, and this is kind of a recurring theme that we've talked about, is we just have a lot of stuff coming at us today with news and internet and cell phones and text, and then
it's all accurate because it's on the internet.
There you go. And because people have all this news coming at them, they're already frazzled, and then we compound that with all these new accounts that weren't around 30 years ago. I mean, the mortgage stuff is just a whole rabbit hole in itself. But then you have, as we talked about, student loans at an all-time high, credit card debt all-time high, people have too many accounts at work through HSA, FSA, 401k.
All the alphabets.
Yeah, then you have to worry about elder care and how much it's going to cost when you retire for health care, and then the fact no one has any money saved, and then wills and trusts. Most people can't pass a basic financial test, and that's what they mean by financial literacy. Understanding just the basics of finance.
You know, it's fascinating to me, and you were telling me before we went live this morning that now there are some schools that might actually be getting into some of the high schools. When I was a kid, you know, way back when, we did have some stones and things like that we used, and you know, we had a different type of a tablet, right? It was a stone instead of one of these goodies, but you know, we had to do something called home economics.
Okay.
Right, and home economics meant that we had to go a whole semester, and we would have to deal with paying our utility bills, paying our rent or mortgage, paying car payments, write the check, put it in the file folder, file all these things, balance the checkbook, balance the credit card statements. And now that they got to all this fanciness and no child left behind and no child knows anything, right? They stopped doing that stuff.
Yeah, I remember in high school I took it was a class, it was like a business 101 class, and I loved it because it was like, you know, how to get a credit card and stuff like that. Yes, we've kind of gotten away from that. So you can go to a prestigious college, get a degree in finance, and you really don't know how to even, you know, do budgeting. And so 1/3 of high schools now are requiring a financial literacy course to graduate.
Now wait a second, wait. 1/3.
Yes.
Right? So the other people don't need financial literacy, or what? They're just behind the.
I think they're
behind
just
the
behind.
times.
They're just behind. And so this is also a project I work with the Irvine Chamber of Commerce on. I'm part of their education task force. And so what we do is we go out to more in the grade schools and we educate on investing and budgeting, etc. But that's kind of the new thing now. And so employers are now offering this through what they call financial wellness programs at their work. Because 1/3 of Americans are so stressed on their finances that it affects performance at work. So it really has become a big problem.
So does that mean that if I have a business, I can maybe do a lunch program and you'll come out and talk to them about it?
Yeah, that's a great point. Yes, I work with the Society for Financial Awareness, which is a nonprofit, and what we do is we provide free education to organizations, to schools, and we're all over the country, and this is a group that I'm part of, and I'm proud to be part of them because I do get invited out to speak to different organizations, and people are just lost financially. There's just too much to know.
Too much to know, and you don't even have a foundation to know about it, so you're in real trouble. I call that double trouble. We're going to talk more with Chris Bissonnette about the financial literacy in America. Is there any? We'll also talk about data. It says that April's the best month to list your house. We're going to chat about that. And banking apps. What are they? Which are the best ones? We'll talk about that as well. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter, @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We will be back in just a few.
Siegel Lending Team offers you buying power. Let's say you can afford a monthly mortgage payment, including principal and interest, of around $1,900. With today's rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage of 3.75%, APR 3.85%, that payment could support a $416,000 mortgage. But if you wait and rates tick up to around 6.5%, which is roughly the average home mortgage rate over the past 30 years, that same $1,900 mortgage payment, including principal and interest, may only be able to support a $314,000 mortgage. That's over $100,000 worth of home you're missing out on by waiting. That's buying power. All you need to do to get started is reach out to the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Payment example excludes taxes and insurance. Call us for full details, 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 or SiegelLendingTeam.com. Equal housing lender, licensed under NMLS number 217037.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel lending team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel lending team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
Homeowners that are 62 and older are about to find out a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage, and SLT can help you learn more. Call the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990 right now to receive your free booklet with no obligation. It answers questions like how a reverse mortgage works, how much you qualify for, the ways to receive your money, and more. When you call the experts at Siegel Lending Team today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured reverse mortgage, how it will eliminate your monthly mortgage payments, and give you tax-free cash from the equity in your home. Here's the best part. You still own your home. Now is the best time to take control of your retirement. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 to get your free brochure. Call today or visit our website at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com, or simply call 800-306-1990.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. Find your dream home before somebody else does. You always love looking at the data because I am a data guy. I'm a numbers guy. So the data right now says April is the best month to list your home for sale. The spring housing market is off to the races. The inventory of homes for sale is increasing. Buyers are out in force and interest rates have remained low. They are dropping even further today, piquing the interest of buyers and sellers previously on the fence about making a move. New research from Realtor.com shows that the first week of April is actually the best time to list your house for sale. The report used, quote, trends in median listing prices, views per property on Realtor.com, home price drops, median days on market, and number of listings on the market over the last 3 years, unquote, to determine the ranking of every week of the year. Listing your home the first week of April contributes 14 times more property views, 5% less competition from other sellers, and results in the home being sold 6 days faster. I shared some graphs about this earlier on the social media channels. Feel free to take a look at those. Ron Siegel Radio on Facebook. Should come as no surprise that April and May dominate as the top months to sell. The second quarter of the year, April, May, and June, is referred to as spring buyers season, when competition is fierce to find a dream home, often leading to bidding wars. However, there is one caveat worth mentioning. When broken down by Metro, Realtor.com noticed that while warmer climates share an overall trend, they have different top sales months. The best month to get the most exposure in Miami, for instance, is August, while in Phoenix, June leads the charge. Would you want to go out shopping for a house in August in Phoenix? Yeah, I wouldn't say that would be a whole lot of fun. Not pleasant. If you're thinking of selling your home this year, time to list is now, according to the National Association of Realtors. 41% of homes sold last month were on the market for less than 30 days. List now, you have a good chance to sell in April or May, setting yourself up for the most exposure. So what they're really saying there is you need to expose yourself. Just throwing that out there. Where is that? Whoops, wrong one. I think that wasn't it. Yeah, that's it. Got too many buttons on my desk here. That's the real-time real estate segment, again brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. Find that dream home before someone else does. Shout outs. Good morning, Robin. Good morning, Jay. Good morning, Lisa. Mitchell's here. Of course, he's always with us. We like watching what Mitchell's up to. But let's talk more about financial literacy. We're in March right now, but Chris is always getting ahead of himself. So he told me that we need to mention something about April, and it wasn't April Fool's Day.
No, but it starts with April Fool's Day, and that is in 2003, the government established April as Financial Literacy Month. So this is
Is that the same year that they stopped doing home economics or something?
It may have been. You might know better than I would. But it's really a good time for employers to kind of take a look at their offices and their organizations, and have they used to be called a financial wellness program. So companies have these health wellness programs. If you're physically healthy, you're a better employer. Well, now they're adopting financial wellness, realizing if you're stressed on your finances, you're not going to be an employee. But now the new term is financial well-being. They want employees to be financial well-being. So this is the month, April, to establish a program, and you can, like I said, if you're interested, you can contact me, and I can have someone from the Society for Financial Awareness come out and do a financial wellness, financial well-being presentation for your team. And people today, what the statistics say is people want it at their work, and they want it in a live seminar format.
Interesting. So a live seminar format.
That's what they prefer versus after work or doing it online. They want.
Well, of course, they want it. They wanted to do it on company time instead of their personal time.
They want to do it on company time, maybe even lunchtime if you need to.
Okay.
But they want it. They want it live, which again, I think people are because we have the internet, etc.
I would say, what do you mean by live? I mean, as opposed to dead or what?
Yeah, there's no zombies doing this one. They want someone live coming in and educating them.
Well, something, when we talk to our credit repair people, and we've got some great ones with our friends over at Blue Water Credit, we've talked many, many times about the issue that there's unfortunately a lot of suicides over finance, right? And low credit scores and divorce. Finance is the number one reason of divorce.
Exactly.
Right? And so many areas, if we would just get people educated, we'd have so much more success and less stress and quality of life.
Exactly. And I'll tell you, here's a real interesting stat, Ron. The largest increase in bankruptcies is among seniors.
That one just baffles.
Yeah.
Well, something, they've got the healthcare issues. That's a problem with our seniors all the time.
Yeah.
Right? So we know that that's an issue, and then we're dealing with...
They don't have enough saved for retirement.
Right.
The rent is too high. And then, yes, something happens, they have a health issue, and boom.
And surprise, Social Security, the government can't take care of everything.
Yeah, so I found that to be kind of like, that was kind of the exclamation point for me on the whole financial literacy thing. You get to retirement, you're supposed to enjoy your retirement, you shouldn't be going BK.
Right, back to work at Walmart. Right, I mean, you'd be the happy helper there, and I don't know, there's some others, but that's amazing, Chris. Wow. The whole issue is at least with you and Irvine, at least they're making a conscious effort to solve a problem for those students. But now you're going to hear, okay, here's going to be the next issue. In Irvine Public Schools, they do a great job out there.
One of the best in the country, I think, right?
Yeah, and then you're going to have someone from downtown Santa Ana say, well, they've got it because they've got all the opportunity in the world, yet it's a matter of, just changing the curriculum to, quote, to be proactive.
Yeah, you can, adding a financial wellness, financial literacy course, or having people come in and speak. Again, people want it. People are stressed on their finances. And so, again, use April to kind of take a look at your organization, look at your company that you work for, and say, hey, what are we doing about this?
Yeah, you can actually go do that for your company, your organization. I'm going to suggest, hey, something, how about... as an HR individuals, go out there and see about making this. You should be, if you're looking out for your people, right? And there are those companies that want to look out for those people. There's companies that they just want to call it a job and go and that's not the Asian way, right? I mean, especially in Japan, we've heard that for years. It's a holistic approach. right? I mean, they look at their seniors completely, they're held in reverence, right? We don't do that. We don't learn a lot from the people that went before us. We want to, I say that I raised my kids based on how my dad raised me. It's not politically correct nowadays. But from finances too. Balance that checkbook.
And if you think about it, no one wants to go to work and work with people that are like stressed on their credit card bills,
right? Or
stressed because they have 2 kids and they can't buy a house because it's too expensive, and it's just negative for everybody.
Yeah, and you talk about these things, and it's not an issue of rich versus poor, black versus white, Democrat versus Republican, because we all are in the same boat, right? I mean, the person, and I have no, I started out cleaning toilets when I went to start working. My dad made sure that, I knew what every job was in this business.
I was a dishwasher. Was my first job.
Right. So, the idea is, do you want to stay there? Right? There's nothing wrong with doing any of those jobs. The question is, is that where your ultimate goal is? And how do you make that change? How do you get out of that race? What's done by education?
Exactly. That's it. It's just, and then people just feel a lot better about themselves too.
Right.
Like, okay, now I understand, because it all, like you talked about the holistic, it all kind of relates. Your debt, to your 401k, to your health insurance. There's just so much today for people to organize. And, I see it all the time. Even people that are very wealthy, have a lot of assets, they're still making little mistakes. They still bounce checks. There's still opportunities to organize.
Yeah, and you've got a great app. We're going to talk about, when we come back, we're going to talk about apps. And we're going to talk about this great app that might help you get organized when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. We'll talk about that app, and we're going to talk about 8 of the best banking apps. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We will be back in just a few.
It's April 4th, Thursday. That's next Thursday.
Are you living in the home of your dreams, or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area-trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Most businesses struggle to get the online reviews they need to get a competitive edge over their competition. Rex is a brand new technology that uses text messages to direct happy clients to your online review sites, Zillow, Google, Facebook, and Yelp, and unhappy clients to a private survey, so businesses can win more customers. Try Rex today by going to www.meetrex.com. Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed-rate loan below 4.25% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $295,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,400 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call the Ron Siegel Team at 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send send you a no-obligation real estate plan. You be the judge if this is right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to reap@ronsiegelradio.com or call today. Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990.
Subject to change and without notice. Licensed by the California DOC and BRENMLS 217037 and 145502 and Cal BRE 01869452 and 1866775.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message. I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. In the Your Credit Matters segment today, brought to you by our friends over at Blue Water Credit. When you're ready for that next credit repair, when you've got too many errors on your credit report, tired of getting the dings that come with it, I recommend Blue Water Credit. They can help you. They're helping lots of our friends from Ron Siegel Radio clean up their credit scores, clean up their credit reports. Got some apps, best banking apps. Technology does make life easier as long as you use it and use it correctly. Convenience is everything. That's why banking online, particularly mobile banking, is so popular. But which banking app is best? Well, we went and looked at a bunch of the different apps out there. We've talked to a lot of folks, find out the key benefits of 8 of the best apps out there. We'll give you some of the features. Again, benefits of best banking apps. With mobile banking apps, everything is about features and how they benefit you as the consumer. You don't want something that's slow or doesn't streamline your banking needs. You want the best of the best. Some of the major benefits and perks of banking apps include fraud alerts, budgeting tools, bill pay, mobile deposits, money transfers, account statement view, multiple account views, money saving tips, and tools. Great banking app that works on Android and or iOS devices is one of the key factors people consider when choosing a bank. We've put together a list of 8 of the best bank apps for you to consider, along with information about each one and how it can help you manage your finances. Of course, no one app is best for everyone or every situation, but these apps offer some of the features that make banking online fast, easy, and accessible. Number 1 is the Capital One mobile app. Mobile banking apps can be a time saver in the busy world. J.D. Power ranked the Capital One mobile app number 1 in customer satisfaction. You can use the app to check your credit score. Didn't say FICO score, but it said credit score. Pay bills, send money securely through Zelle, make deposits, lock cards that have been lost or stolen. You also get notifications for purchases you make, which lets you keep track of your keep track of your spending. If you're looking for a mobile banking app that helps you track your finances and provides easy access to your account, this is a great option. Number 2 is the Chase mobile banking app. J.D. Power ranks the Chase app in the top 3 of customer satisfaction. You can use this app for standard features such as bill pay and check deposits, but you can also use it to retrieve money out of the ATM with your mobile wallet, so you don't have to carry your debit card around. Feel secure with money transfers via Zelle and receive account updates via text. That's the one I use. Boy, I go over to Costco and I spend something on the Chase app, and I've got an email before I even get to the end of the line. It's crazy.
And then some of those too, you get like, I know with Chase Freedom, you can get 1 to 5% back on purchases.
Yeah, that's your credit card.
Yeah, which I always suggest you should always be using a credit card for purchase as long as you pay it off each month.
Right.
Because they're paying you to use their money, and
why not?
You get 1 to 5% back.
Love it. Wells Fargo, they open the app for you. You don't even have to know about it. I'm not going to even go in there. Bank of America is number 4. Discover number 5. Ally mobile app is number 6. PNC number 7. You know the interesting part about this? Simple Mobile is number 8. The fascinating part about this, Chris, is you think about it. Ally. Have you ever seen a Ally branch? I've never seen one.
No.
Right, I've never
I can see the logo, but I can't see the brand.
Right, well, it used to be part of General Motors, but
so it's online, right?
Yeah,
online
Capital One. I've never seen a Capital One branch.
I see Ally come up a lot on bank rate for like good CD rates, I think, or something.
Yeah, they do. You're right. But the issue here is all of this stuff is technological, right? So even though you don't have to go to the bank on the corner, and it fascinates me that you can't go 20 feet without seeing a one of those blue signs, right? Or the flags, right? They're every 20 feet, but fascinates me. But that's just me. I get fascinated easily. Let's move right along. That is the Your Credit Matters segment, again brought to you by our friends over at Blue Water Credit. So we are chatting this morning. Chris Bissonnette is in the house. We are chatting about financial literacy, or in some of our cases, financial illiteracy. I guess in most cases, it's really more financial illiteracy than it is literacy.
That's the problem. The problem is Americans are illiterate when it comes to their finances, and their definition is they can't pass a basic financial test.
So, Chris, I want to throw this out at you because, at the beginning of every year, or sometime in the first quarter or so many people are getting the forms for their 401k. And, they're wanting these new elections. The company says, well, what do you want to do? And I know 20 years ago when I worked for Merrill Lynch, maybe more than that, I guess, the way people decided what they wanted on their election was they said, okay, last year, large cap growth was the best thing, so I'm going to put my money there this year. Do you still see that?
Yeah, a little bit. And I will say that the 401k industry has gotten more better with the education.
Have they?
Yeah, normally,
Good.
like the rep will come out once a year and provide education, and then at least offer, hey, I'll meet with you and help you with your allocation. But the one thing.
What do you mean by allocation? I'm a simple guy.
Yeah, so basically, hey, when you're putting in your 6%, I'll show you how to break it down between international or bonds, et cetera, depending on your age, your risk tolerance. But the big problem I see with 401ks, again, it's a good savings vehicle. A lot of them are now auto set up. You automatically are saving into them, which they need. But people that I see tend to put more than the match. And because they're traditional 401ks, all they're doing is putting money into this tax time bomb that they can't touch till they're 60. And then when they take it out, they're going to be taxed on the whole thing. So they should only be putting into the match. And if they can, anything above that, they should put into a Roth IRA if they qualify.
Okay. So explain the difference for us.
So the difference is a Roth IRA or a Roth 401k is after tax going in, tax-free coming out. And a lot of people think, okay, I need this tax deduction. Not necessarily. The highest federal tax brackets right now is 39.6. The average federal tax bracket throughout history has been 60% and as high as 94. So you want to have some monies, if not all your money, in a tax-free situation, not a taxable situation. So you put in the match. So double check your match. Let's say if they match you 50 cents on the dollar up to 6, you put in the 6, and then that other 4% you were putting in, if you can, do a Roth IRA.
Okay, and then we've talked about Roth IRAs on the program a lot. A lot of folks still don't use them as much as I would like to see, just because that could be your savings account and put the delta between a $500 deductible on your auto insurance or house insurance and $1,000 or $2,000 deductible. Put the difference in that Roth IRA, right, and save that money because we only have an event in our house, especially housing, once every 12 years.
Yeah, and the other thing with a Roth, a lot of people don't realize this, is your contributions after 5 years are liquid. So you've been putting money into a Roth for 10 years, $6,000, you have $60,000. You can access that money before 59.5. No tax, no penalty. So it creates some liquidity as well, versus you put all your money in a 401k. What do you have to do? You got to borrow it out or take a surrender, and you're paying a 10% penalty. And again, this is the whole part of the financial literacy thing, because this alone is confusing to people.
Absolutely. Now, we're talking about bank apps. Let's talk a little bit about this app that you have.
Well, as you know, I'm a little impartial to e-money. And the reason why is, these banking apps are great, and mostly because of the fact that we have so many different accounts today. You probably have 20 different accounts, so it's good to have a central place to see them all. The reason why I like e-money is we can also do planning around it, and I can see it. And so clients can put their goals in, and I can do analysis on my end and really improve.
But you might move my money around in there.
I can't move any money around.
Okay.
All I can do is advise on it. And like the app I use is designed with security in mind. You can't move money around, you can't pay bills with it, but it allows me to do planning around it. And I can do that holistic view and see everything. And that's really what people need. So number one, if you don't have one of these banking apps, I would suggest getting something to aggregate all your accounts, just so you don't have to go to 5, 6, 10 different sites to see your stuff. Which
I'm going to say that you could probably use both, can't you? Because
you could use both.
I'd like to have that app that you use, but I also pay my bills on my mobile, on my banking app.
Exactly. So you would have just like I have Bank of America. So I do my online bill pay through Bank of America, and then I have a separate one to see all my stuff, my real estate, debt, etc. on the eMoney app.
Beautiful. Give me about, I only got about 20 seconds left. You got an event coming up.
Lastly, on Thursday of next week, I'll be speaking at the Disrupt HR event at the Cove at UCI, which is this really amazing venue, super advanced. And this is really on innovation and collaboration and how to improve performance. So I'll be speaking on financial literacy to about 200 high-end executives, HR type people. There are still tickets available to this. It does cost money to go. You can go online, look it up. And
we're going to put that in the show notes for you. We'll get their link right on Ron Siegel Radio on our Facebook pages as well. Great information, Chris. That's April 4th.
Yes.
Time?
April 4th at 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
It's a night event. There's food, hosted bar, and just I'm a member of this Executive Next Practices Institute. Just really high-level people.
Cool. And as always, set that first radio preset button to come back here every day to join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to John, who's engineering us today, and of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We will talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.
I think I'll just call it a day. Pour me something tall and strong, make it a hurt.